All right, sorry, y'all. I had the mic muted, but it's Crypto Crane. Welcome back. I just wanted to bring to you guys some breaking news that just came out a couple minutes ago from the Banking, Housing, and Committee about the infrastructure bill. Also, I'm going to present to you guys a video of Senator Toomey press conference. I think it was an hour and a half or 2 hours ago that he just posted on his Twitter. So we'll go ahead and get started. U.S. Senators Pat Toomey, Mark Warner, Cynthia Lummis, Kristen Sinema, and Rob Portman today announced an agreement on an amendment to fix digital assets reporting requirements in the infrastructure bill. There's broad agreement that digital asset exchanges behaving as brokers should be required to report transactions just like other kinds of brokers already do. There is also concern that tax evasion and noncompliance are becoming significant issues surrounding cryptocurrencies and digital assets. Some have expressed confusion concerning the underlying text of the infrastructure bill, suggesting it would result in the application of reporting requirements far too broadly and ensnare individuals, developers, and other elements of this ecosystem that cannot comply with a reporting mandate. We've worked with the Treasury Department to clarify the underlying text and ensure that those who are not acting as brokers will not be subject to the bill's reporting requirements. While we each would have drafted this solution differently, we all agree it's important to ensure that those obligations are properly crafted to apply only to entities that are regularly effectuating transactions of digital assets in exchange for consideration. To best memorialize this common understanding, we propose to incorporate this important amendment into the infrastructure bill and urge our colleagues to join us in enacting this bipartisan clarification. So now I want to go to this video, Senator Pat Toomey right here. And you guys can listen. It's about 20 minutes long. So we'll go ahead and listen to Senator Lummis and Senator Toomey.
Good morning, everybody. I am delighted to announce that we've reached a bipartisan agreement that includes Democrats, Republicans, members of the Senate, and the Treasury Department on an issue that had been vexing us for a while. I want to thank the co-sponsors of an amendment that I will be filing as soon as the Senate opens today. The co-sponsors on the amendment will be Senators Warner, Senator Lummis, Senator Portman, and Senator Sinema. And I want to take a moment to say I really appreciate the very constructive work that Senator Wyden has done along the way as we have wrestled with this issue. I think it's fair to say there's a very broad, maybe even a universal agreement that centralized digital asset exchanges behaving as brokers should be required to report transactions just like other kinds of brokers already do. The underlying text of the bipartisan infrastructure bill attempts to do this, but it does it in a way that we believe is significantly flawed. See, the current text would ensnare people and companies and impose reporting requirements, transaction reporting requirements on those to whom it should not apply, and in some cases to those who couldn't possibly even obtain the information. For example, crypto transaction validators, people who write software code who have no further involvement with its application. And I think an analogy that might be helpful is, think about Merrill Lynch. We impose reporting requirements on the transactions that are executed by a broker like Merrill Lynch, but we don't provide any such reporting requirements on the electric company that provides electricity to Merrill Lynch's office, or the internet provider that the broker uses. So we came together to provide greater clarity on the rules for who are the actual brokers of a cryptocurrency. We're not proposing anything sweeping or anything radical. Our solution makes clear that a broker means only those persons who conduct transactions on exchanges where consumers buy, sell, and trade digital assets. It ensures that the bill does not sweep in software developers, crypto transaction validators, node operators, or other non-brokers. People who owe any tax from cryptocurrency transactions should pay their tax obligation. And if you're actually a crypto broker, you should turn that information over. Our amendment would require that. but the reporting requirements should only apply to the intermediaries. Now, I think it's fair to say that none of us think that this is an absolutely perfect solution, but it is much better than the underlying text. And there's another point that I think is important to make, and that is this space is changing very, very rapidly. You know, a year from now, there will be all kinds of new innovations that we haven't thought of, that probably nobody's thought of. And we may very well have to go back and revisit the rules. But what we shouldn't do is have an overly broad mandate, a reporting requirement on people who can't possibly comply. And we don't want to favor or punish any particular platform design or validation mechanism. And we certainly don't want to stifle the innovation that's happening in this space. There's still time to adopt this amendment before final passage of this bill, and I'll be urging my colleagues to join in this bipartisan effort to fix this error. Let me turn this over to Senator Lummis and thank her for her leadership in this whole space.
Thank you, Senator Toomey. I so appreciate the work that you've done on this within the Banking Committee and working with your colleagues on the Finance Committee. You have exhibited, a degree of knowledge and leadership about the subject that is such a new subject to so many people in the U.S. Senate, and so I'm really grateful that you stepped in and have been so significant to this effort. It's been a long process with a lot of back and forth. Senator Wyden has also just been exceptionally involved in this. Senator Toomey, Senator Portman, Warner, and Sinema have worked really hard to try to get to the point that we are at today. I want to point out that Chairman Wyden's done a lot to protect technology innovators. And while at this point he's not signed on to this amendment, he does agree that this is a big step in the right direction to protect financial innovation. He would like us to go farther. And so I'm certainly encouraged by the fact that he sees the importance of innovation in this space and is so uniquely positioned to help all of us going forward. As Senator Toomey just said, this space is moving so fast, the innovation is occurring at such a rapid rate that we probably will have to revisit a lot of these subjects within the next 12 months. We also want to put out some legislation that sets some definitions in this space. So the fact that Treasury got a jump on us in trying to define broker in this bill has put us in a position where we're starting that work now of defining terms that are used in this space that have a significant impact on those who are innovating in this space. We can't afford to get this wrong. We need to ensure that people aren't trying to avoid taxes by sheltering their money in digital assets, but we have to do it in a way that doesn't stifle innovation. So this amendment is an effort to thread that needle for now as a compromise with Treasury, but we've got a lot more work to do to ensure that we have the appropriate regulatory and statutory sandbox so we have parameters in which this industry can innovate and understand the rules of the road, but by the same token, we are not stifling their innovation because China and other countries are way, way ahead of the United States in the digital asset space. We have to maintain our financial innovation superiority around the world. And right now in this space, the digital space, we're behind. So the last thing we want to do is further cripple when we need to advance and take over this as the world leader in financial innovation. So the Senate has the opportunity to set the stage for successful implementation of digital assets into our financial system. But I can't emphasize enough the importance of getting it right here. We have a great opportunity going forward. The silver lining behind all of this debate and discussion is that we found out who in the Senate is interested in this subject, who maybe previously didn't know anything about it. In fact, I gave a book to one of my colleagues, and I ran into him in the parking lot this morning, and he said, "Hey, I'm reading your book on digital assets." So we're making progress already, Senator Toomey.
So as you can see, the amendments that came to an agreement is what she was saying. Just a few minutes ago on her she posted this on her Twitter 30 minutes ago. About to head down to the Senate floor to ask for unanimous consent to adopt the Toomey Lummis Warner Amendment as part of the bipartisan infrastructure framework. It's not perfect, but it's a big step in the right direction. All right, so just wanted to bring you guys this right here, keep you guys abreast of what's going on today with the infrastructure bill and how it's going to affect the markets and the crypto in your portfolios. So if you like the content that I'm providing for you on a daily basis, please like, subscribe, and comment below. And I will see you on the next video. Peace.